When the kingdom is not the goal of the church, the drive of the church, there will be all kinds of beautiful sermons and all kinds of nice, 5-point sermon. It will not produce nothing. It will only produce, it will turn the church into a concentration camp of religious people. When the church lacks a kingdom blueprint, kingdom's system of developing the human capital to become kingdom personalities, the church becomes a prison. The church becomes a cage. The church becomes a concentration camp of religious people. That is why you see somebody get born again. He was rather doing well in the world. And you see somebody became born again, unless he's personally inspired, he's personally ambitious person. And he comes to church and he's committed to church. And all of a sudden, you realize that his whole life is gone. His whole destiny, his whole life has been wasted. Whole destiny has been robbed. There's no glory to his. There's nothing to him. There's nothing. He will not matter in the world. He will not matter. He will not. The average church doesn't matter. The average church. The average believer doesn't matter. One great man of God said, withdraw the contributions and the impact of the unsaved, and the world system will collapse. Because the church people don't create nothing. They don't build nothing. They don't develop nothing. They don't transform nothing. They don't invent nothing. They don't innovate nothing. The church has produced consumers, spectators, collectors, and receivers. Gosh, that is hard. When the kingdom is not the driving force, the presence of the church destroys the community, destroys the human capital, destroys the economy, destroys the systems, destroys everything. Because you have people who are receiving, but they are not contributing nothing outside prayer and worship and fasting and prophecy and deliverance. When the kingdom is not the driving force, the only contribution the church can give is only spiritual things. But our spirituality is really impactful when we are able to convert our spiritual experience into tangible manifestations. All right, so we are touching on the topic of restoring the dignity of the black race. Restoring the dignity of the black race through the platform of the church. How do you restore the dignity of the black race through the platform of the church? Recently, Joshua Selman's videos are all over the place, talking about how the church has contributed massively. And it's not the only one that I've said it. I've said it for the past 10 years, 15 years. Contributed massively to the poverty of nations. The church has contributed massively to the underdevelopment and the weak human capital, and especially nations with a lot of churches, has contributed massively to poverty and underdevelopment and weak human capital and unproductivity and laziness in nations. Wherever there are churches, wherever there are pastors, when the kingdom is not the driving force, when the kingdom, a good thing, a good institution, the most powerful institution becomes an institution that destroys human lives and you go to heaven, but you'll struggle. You live on earth, but you struggle. Your life cannot make impact. You'll be anointed. You'll be anointed, but the church will not be part of the solution to the problems in the world. Will not be part of it. When the kingdom is not the driving force, the church will not be part of the solution to the challenges on the earth. We, the church, are supposed to be the biggest solution givers in every society. We are supposed to be the biggest, the most selfless, value-driven leaders, anointed men who are asset. The presence of the church is the solution to the problems in our nation. The presence of the church is the solution to development. The presence of the church is the solution to our leadership crisis. The presence of the church is the solution to our productivity. The presence of the church is the solution to winning life, winning souls, and transforming society.